I had an older brother, Marc, and I was pretty much his shadow. But you have to understand, when my brother, at first it was baseball, and he wanted to see how tough I was. So he literally threw the baseball at me to see if I would quit. Damn. I did not quit. I said, but if you throw that ball at me again, I'm telling Dad. You know what I'm saying?
That changed the whole thing.
Money conversations, we've been making business moves. Contemplating how to get it, need to get in tune. Different topics, we got options, you could pick and choose. If more income ain't the outcome, gotta switch the mood. We tryna help you to improve, thanks for asking. Road to riches, speak on broker days and past tense. Wealthy habits, lately I just wanna stack chips. Took a risk and we've been running up a bag since. G-Vast Quest, quick to make a couple G's. Detox, spin knowledge, put you on your feet. Bug out, got the plate, make sure to pray before you eat. At the table with the winners, come and take a seat.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is the Thanks for Asking podcast show. I got a special guest with me. Her name is Coach Dee.
Yes.
Coach Dee, what up,
Coach
Code31?
You already know, let's get it.
This is another SouthSide alumni.
Of course.
So I want her to introduce herself, because I don't think I can do it as grand as she is.
Okay, how you doing? My name is Coach Dee from SouthSide Jamaica Queens. This is my backyard right here.
Literally.
We are on the Thanks for Asking podcast. I appreciate you having me here.
We appreciate you coming.
In order for you to know about my media background, you have to understand it all comes back to SouthSide Jamaica Queens and my basketball life.
Take it back.
Okay, so growing up here in SouthSide Jamaica Queens, I had an older brother, Marc, and I was pretty much his shadow for 38 years. So he told me if I wanted to hang with him, I had to do the things that he did. So he played sports. Wow. So first I played baseball.
Mm-hmm. Marc was a base. I'm saying Marc like Marc. And of course, people don't know if you're not from Southside. Marc was just. If I'm wrong, if I'm lying, I'm frying. Marc was this coach who used to walk around from when I remember. I'm sure you remember him before that, but from what I remember,
I'm sure you remember him before that.
I'm younger, so He was Coach Marc. He used to just go around in like Baisley Park and just be like, "Oh, y'all can play."
Yes.
Come coach us and tell us how to play ball. Yes. Yeah. So I remember Marc. It's crazy. I remember him, and then umpteen years later, we got you on the show. Like, that's crazy to me.
Well, you have to understand, when my brother, at first it was baseball, and he wanted to see how tough I was. So he literally threw the baseball at me to see if I would quit. Damn. I did not quit. I said, but if you throw that ball at me again, I'm telling Daddy. You know what I'm saying?
That changed the whole thing.
So I played Little League for like 2 years, and they tried to get me to go downstairs, to the big league. I was like, nah, I'm done with baseball. So then we moved to basketball again. So I go to the hole, boom, he knocks me to the ground. So he wanted to see how tough I was, and I was pretty tough. And then he had me playing against grown men since I was 12. So his mentality was this: don't talk trash first. Let them talk trash and you make them pay. So fast forward to my media life, I still have that mentality. Yeah. If you talk trash to me and tell me I can't do something, then I'm gonna do it even twofold than what you thought I could do. So Code31 Media came about in 2018. Okay. Code 31 stands for competition officially doesn't exist. 31 is my basketball number. I incorporate that into everything I do.
Wow, that's gangster right there. I like that. That's a nice acronym.
Yeah.
Wow.
And the reason why I started Code31 Media is because after he passed, I went down to the city. I started going to the different, events for hip hop and R&B. Yeah. And I started off taking the money at the door and stuff like that, a little security and stuff. But I used to give people my ideas. Yeah. Sometimes they didn't appreciate it, or they would try to steal my ideas and then give me credit. So in 2018, I said,
you remember an idea that they stole? And
I mean, you know what? Even if they steal something, they can't execute it like me.
I'm just saying, like, what was one where you just, like, what was the one idea where you was just like,
I mean,
he took that shit. Fuck it, I'm gonna start doing this myself. Now, they didn't really steal it. It's like, okay, so say if you have
a showcase that you're doing.
Yeah.
And I give you the blueprint for it. And it comes together and it blows up, and then you don't want to give me my credit. You want to say, we just added D.
Yeah.
But literally, I did the whole. The blueprint was mine.
That's
so
crazy.
yeah, people have done that to me, but you know, people have common sense to know that no, you're not smart enough to come up with that. Who is really the brains behind that? So I never really worry about people stealing my ideas or whatever, because they're not gonna execute it the way that I do.
Yeah, I feel you on that one.
But Ralph McDaniel sat me down in the Queens Public Library when I was developing Code 31, and he said, create your own lane and put the work in, and they'll come to you. Because a lot of people come to him and say, oh, can I just be down with Video Music Box? But he told me, nah, you don't need my platform. You go build your own platform and you'll get everything that you need. So 4 years later, you know, it's been coming together.
So hold up. You just throwing names around like that. How did you meet Ralph McDaniels to the point where he sits you down in the library?
Well, he works at the Queens Public Library. And plus
he does?
Yes.
Which one is that?
Right here on Jamaica Avenue.
Really?
The one in Jamaica. Yeah, he works there. But I already had a rapport with him because I've seen him at other events.
Yeah.
So he already knew who I was, and so I was just very gracious of him to just have the, you know, sit me down for like a half an hour, and he really broke everything down for me. And then my first interview was KRS-One. That's why I put him on the cover of my magazine.
Wow.
So it's been a blessing to like have my first interview be KRS-One. Then I interviewed Ice-T, and then along the way Mario Van Peebles and Kenny Anderson and Slick Rick, and I got Rakim. It took me 2 years, but I got T.I. when he got booed at the Barclays. I was the first one to interview him.
Wow.
Yes.
That's G favorite artist, Rakim.
He got booed at the Barclays.
When T.I. got booed at the Barclays,
as a comedian?
Yes, because what happened is he said it would be easy. It would be easy for him to become a comedian. He should have said it would be an easier path for me to step in to be a comedian. You shouldn't say that, because there's so many comedians that have to go to Chitlin Circuit and stuff. So that was kind of disrespectful.
Well, I don't think he should have said it at all, because it's not easy to be a comedian.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's like saying it's easy to be a rapper.
Right.
It's not easy. You know what I'm saying? You gotta work something. You gonna have to work something.
Yes.
And, you know, it's almost like when you had a job. You've been doing finance, but you want to get into you want to get into HR or something. It's two different things. You know what I'm saying? And they're not gonna take you as serious because you got quote unquote no experience.
But I love being more behind the scenes and everything. And before media and all that, I was, you know, a basketball coach out here when my brother passed. And again, people, you can't fill his shoes, you can't do what he does. But I like to tell people, if he taught me everything I know, why wouldn't you think I could do what he did?
Yeah.
And be, you know. And so I took 200 kids, including Ale, which is G's son.
It is, and that's how.
Oh, he did, really?
Yeah, she did. So we had a lot of history with that.
Yes.
Because aside from me cutting her hair,
I ain't talking shit. Go on and talking shit.
So like I'm saying,
don't talk your shit. No,
some real shit. You know, we had a lot of history before we cut her hair.
Yeah.
She had my son since he was about 8 years old. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And he's still in school now. Right now, he's actually in Utah.
Yes.
Right now in college playing ball. But she started out like, you know what I'm saying? After me. She was the next teacher.
And the crazy thing is, they omit me. They never mention me. They mention John Bound. Well, you do. I appreciate that. But I never, when they talk about Ale, they say John Bound coach, and then after that, they never mention me.
She got him his first big trophy.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
He could have been about 9 at that time, 9 or 10.
Yes.
But he was out there running around from Rochdale.
He was
and all
my
these places there.
youngest. He was my youngest on the team.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. Like, I really want to get into this coaching thing because I think there's so much in there. You know what I'm saying? The fact that you still carry the name Coach Dee.
Yes.
It seems like it shows me that not only did it have a big impact on you personally, but you're really affecting children.
Yes.
And you got children who you coach that's in college being very productive.
I have kids that I coach that are in college, that have graduated college, that have become coaches.
How did you become a coach?
Like I said, my brother, you know what I mean? Once he died, I took over his program.
What was his program?
He had the Greg Vaughn Cougars in memory of his coach. I don't know if you remember when the coach got, he was refereeing and he got murdered over here in Baisley Park, coaching a drug dealer game. That was Greg Vaughn. That was my brother's coach from Medgar Evers College. So my brother repped
I worked
at
Medgar Evers College too.
For like 20 years, he repped for him. And then I said, you know what? When my brother passed, I said, I'm changing the name to the Marc Ellison Cougars. So it just was destined for me to take over his program. And you know what I'm saying? So I did that for a couple of years. But then you run into these coaches out here in Queens who feel some type of way. You're
not worried about
coach.
Coaches from the. We worried about young.
I'm telling you, you know why I stepped away from the coaching, because you know what I'm saying. You get a lot of, oh, she's a female. Then they try to steal your kids. And you know, the funny thing my brother would say. They don't want to teach these kids anymore. They want LeBron and Kobe and Mike already. But see, my brother would take kids nobody would want and mold them into
that was his thing. Give me 5 bums and I get you something like that.
But my brother would say, but here comes the coaches like Christopher Columbus discovered America. You see what I'm saying? Once you build them into something, then here come those same coaches that didn't want them.
Yeah.
And now telling them, oh, I could do better for you if you come to my team. But they always would come back. Even with me, they did the same thing with me, and they would say, "Yo, Coach Dee, they don't care about me the way you do. I don't care if you break your leg tomorrow. I'm still your coach, and I'm still gonna take care of you." So I still have the same relationships with my kids, even though they're older and grown and doing their own thing.
So my question is, how does somebody start like a team or start what you did?
I mean, listen,
what is it officially? Was it just a basketball team or was it like it was a basketball organization? It was a basketball team.
It was a basketball team. I had no sponsors, nothing. I'm on disability. That's another thing. I got injured on my job in 1996, so that derailed my professional basketball career. So I try to embed in the kids that you're a student athlete first, because I didn't take school seriously. I was smart, but I'm one that I'm nice. I don't really got to work hard. So instead of me going Division I went Division II to Mercy College, and it was kind of a blessing in disguise, because I had a high school coach, Mr. Oilman, who pretty much let me run all over him. And so when I got to college, I thought the same thing would happen, but I had a little white lady, Carol Shackner-Lee, and she let me know that was her team. Oh wow! And I literally sat my first 2 years because I wasn't disciplined. If I played my first 2 years, I would probably have the school record in scoring, but I scored 1,000 points in my last 2 years, so that's not bad. Over 1,000 points in my career.
That's not bad.
Yeah, and almost 700 rebounds. I played power forward at my size.
Well, so what was your
right? That Hillcrest on?
No, at Hillcrest I played guard. Well, I played guard and forward at Hillcrest.
I got you.
But at Mercy I was power forward. I had 5 and1s against Queens College. I was supposed to go to Queens College. I don't know why my dad sent me to Mercy College. It's funny because nobody knew about Mercy back then. Yeah. I have a funny story for you about that. So I was playing in a basketball tournament, and Gay Hemphill, she went to the University of Texas. So you know how everybody say, oh, I went to Texas, I went to this, all the big time schools. So I said I went to Mercy College. She said, what's a Mercy College? And I bust her up. And then a few years later, she goes, Mercy College, right? So you can't judge nobody based off of the schools they went to. You don't know their circumstances, as far as SATs and their grades or whatever. So...
Well, academic and athleticism is 2 different things.
Yes.
So, before I finish, because, in this show, and I want to tell you one of the purposes of it, I want everybody, when they listen to this show, I want them to get something out of it business-wise. So, one of the things that sparked my interest in you is you have a team. You have a coach, and you did it with no sponsors.
No sponsors.
So I want you to take me from beginning to end. How do you have a team? How do you recruit children? How do you get I want to say the confidence. Yeah, the confidence. of their parents and the trust of their parents that you're gonna take these kids on and you're gonna develop them into something better than they was before they left.
So
before they met
as you said, you know who my brother was.
Yeah, I know who your brother was.
So the kids that he coached then grew up and had kids.
Yeah.
And so they brought those kids to me.
Wow.
So it was kind of like, you know what I'm saying?
So that was your first team?
That was my first team of kids. Some of the kids was from my brother, from my brother's playing days or their coaching, and also word of mouth. I'm from Southside.
Yeah.
So they like, yo, that's Marc's sister. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, and then there was a whole bunch of kids that nobody knew about.
Yeah.
So we both giving each other a new start, a new opportunity to say, okay, who are you? Who am I? Let's come together and let's shock the world. I love to shock the world.
I'm excited just hearing.
It was me and my adopted brother, Coach Dee, who was tight with my brother. He came in and he helped me. It's weird. A lot of people after my brother passed said, "Oh, I got you. I'm going to help you." Mm-hmm. So it's like I say, it was kind of like I was fathered into taking over the team because my oldest sister, she passed away like 5 years after my brother, but she's not into sports. So it was like I went from the youngest to the oldest when he died, pretty much.
Wow.
And so when he passed, it was like, okay, who's gonna take over the team? Yeah. How is the program still gonna go on? And I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna take over the program, but I'm changing the name now. No disrespect to he represented for his coach for 20 years. Now it's time for my brother to get his flowers.
But what's crazy about it? You still added Cougars.
Yes.
That's still an ode to the old coach because he worked at Medgar, and that's the name. Yes. Of the Medgar Evers College basketball team. And I also so that's dope. Like, so it's still you still keeping in mind, you still keeping the legend going. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's dope.
Yes. And then I coached at Hillcrest High School where we both attended. My brother was an assistant coach for the boys when they won the championship with Callie. And the funny thing is, I played against Callie. She went to Queens College. So we already
Callie
had
who's Callie?
Callie Persino. She was the head coach. At Hillcrest, and my brother was the assistant coach. Okay. But he helped her win back-to-back division championships. So, again...
Oh, y'all winners.
Yeah, we're winners. You know what I'm saying? So, I came there, and I was volunteer coach for the girls. Yeah. And I just was coming there to, give them hope and stuff, and then they was like, you can't leave. Like, I didn't plan on coaching. I just, come support them because my brother would tell me they had the Fab Four instead of the Fab Five Michigan. They had the Fab Four. He was like, yo, the girls, they got the Fab Four. So and I was so excited. I said, my brother would tell me so much about you guys. But they would not let me leave. They was like, nah, you got to be our coach or we're going to lose every game. So I wound up becoming their assistant coach. And it was weird. I wasn't handling my brother's death well. Mm-hmm. And I had panic attacks. And the night before the biggest game against Edison, I believe they were playing, my sister, like I said, she's not really into sports. She said, I'm going to come with you to the game tomorrow because you have to be there for the girls. So I said, okay, let me get myself together. And they were so nervous. And I came in there and I just said, yo, we got to do this for Marc. And I had a picture of him and they lost it and they won the game. Wow. They upset the number one team and we won the division championship.
What year is this?
This was 2010 at Hillcrest High School.
Are you making history?
So me and my brother...
How did Marc even get in there? I didn't know he was a coach for high school.
Yes, he was there with Callie for about 2 or 3 years, and they won the division championship, back-to-back championships. So he just didn't have his degree. That's why he couldn't become a head coach. I have a bachelor's degree and a master's degree. Yeah.
I got both of those. Them things is not easy.
When you get injured on your job, it's null and void. So I had got injured on my job in 1996.
Where did you get your bachelor's in?
Mercy College.
What did you get it in?
Psychology for my undergrad, and human resource management for my master's degree.
Yeah. So you know how to run the game. That I'm sure that helps you with the management of the team.
You know what? Really, running the team and stuff like that just came from my brother's teaching. You know what I mean? Just watching him over the years, how he coached all these kids. I also played in Take It to the Hoop tournament with him. It was funny. They lost the first day, and he was like, "Man, forget this. I'm bringing my baby sister." And his team was like, "Your baby sister." So we win on the 3-pointers is a 2-point in there. So they hit it. They gave me a double screen. I hit the game winner. We jumping up and down, me and my brother, and I said, "Don't do this no more, man. I'm tired of doing all the work and your teammates get trophies and stuff." Yeah. He was cracking up. And it's funny because I had ran into some of his teammates and they was like, "You remember me? I was on that team." I said, "Yeah, you guys were horrible."
So when you're coaching somebody, what are you telling the kid to get them motivated?
So the key is to make them believe in themselves. Once you make them believe in themselves, they'll run through a brick wall for you.
How does that happen? Like, I remember watching it was like an NBA court, and it was talking about it was Isaiah Thomas talking, and he always used to say, he said, good coaches teach from the neck up, and bad coaches teach from the neck down. And what he meant by that was, coach, most of the better coaches are trying to teach you to keep you mentally prepared. It's more mental than anything else. It is.
It definitely is. Like, Ale was my youngest, and I would have the younger ones play against the older ones. That's how I was taught. So when they was knocking him to the floor and stuff, now he's like one of the best ones, and he's out here killing. And he's so used to, you know what I'm saying? Just like me, I was so used to getting banged by the guys that when I started playing against the girls, it was nothing. So the key is definitely to mentally have them ready. Yeah. And then once you get them mentally ready, physically is the easy part.
Yeah, because that's more mechanical thing. You just keep doing it, you get good. But the mental is, wow, like, I didn't even know that. Like, that's,
you have to. Even now, with media, and I teach editing, I teach talk shows, cooking shows. I make people believe in themselves that they can do anything they want in life. I tell them, look at me. I started this in 2018. Nobody believed that I could come in front of the camera and do what I do. Look who my first interview was. KRS-One. I've interviewed T.I., Rakim, all these people. Ralph McDaniels. Everybody didn't expect me to do that. But I manifested that because I believed in myself. If I didn't believe in myself, bug out, would I have everybody saying, what? It's
Code31.
Code31.
Like it was on cue.
So, all right, fast forward. I really don't want to leave the coaching because what you did in coaching is phenomenal. But we're gonna go to your next career.
Okay. I also coached at Mercy College as an assistant and York College.
Beautiful. What year you coached on in York?
York, probably 89, I believe. 89, right after I graduated. No, sorry. 93 after I graduated.
I was about to say, I had a
93 friend. 93 after assistant coach.
Sheesh.
Yeah. It's funny, and that's where I beat my brother at. I've never beat my brother until I was at York College as an assistant coach. He came in one day, I said, Marc, come on, let's play. Because, see, I knew all the spots and stuff. And I beat him that one time, and I said, I don't ever want to play you again.
I bet. That's kind of cheesy.
I choose not to play.
Like your boy Military. But yo, you go undefeated like that.
I choose.
Yo, once they lose, they got time for more games. One more.
Nah, I gotta go,
y'all. I ain't got time. I got to go.
It was hilarious because when I was at Hillcrest, the top young lady on that team, Chanel, she was talking trash to me one day in practice, and Mr. Strong was like, all right, coach, go ahead, give it to her. I gave her the business. She didn't talk to me for 3 days.
Oh, yeah, you did her dirty.
Yeah, I mean, like, come on, like, you're not playing against who I play. I played against August Martin when they was the dream team in high school. You understand? So this was kind of like a cakewalk. I said, if I was born in your generation, I'd average 50 easy in this league.
Lunch meat.
Yes.
Oh, and Shaq say barbecue chicken.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that was great. You just bringing up making me bring up so many memories now.
Enjoy those things. That's why you live in them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's all right to bring it back and look at me and relive those moments. It's beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You did. This is why we here to celebrate you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I appreciate that.
So fast forward. It's 2018.
Yeah.
Hold on, we're gonna get there. There's no you're on disability.
Yeah.
You stopped coaching for a while.
Yeah, I stopped.
It almost is like a what now moment. I did I did everything I wanted to do. What's the next chapter? That's how I'm gathering from it.
Yeah.
You come up with this this beautiful idea.
Yeah.
Called Code31. Am I saying it right? I can't even do it.
Code31. So what happens is, say I interviewed you, right? And then at the end of the interview, I say your name and say, it's Code31. And it just caught on, like, people would anticipate that. They like, yo, can I say it now? And I was like, no. At the end of the, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So that's kind of like my trademark now.
And you come up with this thing, Code31.
Yes.
Can I hear the meaning of it?
Competition officially doesn't exist. 31 is my basketball number.
Ooh, hold on. Which camera we on this one?
Put them on all of them.
Put them on all of them, right? Booyah!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's it right there. Yeah. That's it right there. Yeah.
Eventually we'll get an issue.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yes,
one day I'm gonna be in that motherfucker. Can we get the front?
See, listen, the reason why I even came up with the magazine is because I was, writing for other magazines and going hard for other magazines, and they would promise me, oh, are you going to get on the cover, or I'm going to feature you, and it never happened. So my boy, Jerry Fontillo, I know you know Jerry, from Super Ugly Movement. If you see him, you probably know him. He created Fresh Take and put me on the cover, and he said, D, you need to do your own magazine, which I had planned to do, but just one magazine I wanted to put all my greatest moments in. But since I created that this year, I've been coming up with like new ideas. Like I'm actually getting ready to feature 20 TikTokers and have their special story in my magazine. So I want to go to like private events and then make the whole issue about that private event.
Wow.
So yeah, I come up with different stuff. I'm looking for an animator. If anybody knows of an animator, I'm trying to change all my interviews into animation.
I need to know that too.
You know how Shaq, remember when he came in the league and you have all the centers and he comes in? Yeah, but I want to animate it.
That's what's up. Yeah, I need one of those too. Animate me. I want to look good.
Animate me.
My daughter loves animation, so I want to do that.
Yes.
This is, man. Just looking at everything in here, it's amazing.
It's like,
how did you get KRS-One as your first?
Okay, so back to Ralph McDaniels.
Yeah.
He had the 35th anniversary for Video Music Box in Brooklyn.
Yeah.
So that was actually my first event as Code31 Media. And he was my first interview, and he was very accommodating. He spoke to me for about 10, 15 minutes. That actually was from our second interview.
Oh, you interviewed him twice?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, so I shout out to KRS-One. And I interviewed MC Shan and Red Alert. Crazy thing is, everything comes 360, full circle. Red Alert, I met at Houlihan's over 25 years ago. We took my mother there for her birthday, me and her and my sister. So I knew Red Alert from then. Then I met him again at a Cool Herc event. And then after that, I interviewed him with MC Shan at an event. So every time I see Red, he's familiar with me now. Once I did Code31 Media and I saw some of the artists again, they was like, oh, you doing interviews? So it kind of made it a little bit easier for me to get those interviews with people I already had a rapport with in the past.
Oh, that's what's up.
But yeah, it's just a blessing that, KRS-One was my first interview there. It was a lot of people there, and I'm grateful for that.
So, how did you how does one, if somebody wants to start a magazine, how do you do that? Don't say you don't know because you did it. You know what I'm saying?
I just believed in myself. I knew I was already writing for other magazines, so I already had an idea how I wanted mine.
No. You telling me the mindset you're in. I'm talking about like the physical work? What does one have to do?
You have to, you know what I'm saying? You have to know what you want to do.
No, I don't know
first.
what you're saying.
You have to know what you want first.
Okay.
So I already knew that, okay, I had KRS-One. I wanted to format it to where, actually, Jerry said the whole first issue should be about you and all the people that you interview. Because it's about Code 31. Mm-hmm. The other magazines didn't give you that opportunity. You make your own opportunity. So that's what we did when we formatted that. Mm-hmm. Then I went on Canva and I just, you just put an editorial and they have like little samples. And then you take out what they have and put your stuff in there and write how you feel.
Oh, wow. See, I would have never even thought of that.
You download Canva. Mm-hmm. They have a free version and they have a paid version. Yeah. And it's pretty much the layout, and you just take out what they wrote and then you write in what you want. That's how I did mine.
Wow.
My photographer, I just took his pictures and went from there. Like, this is on Canva. All this is I wrote on Canva.
So it's like templates.
Yeah, there's templates on there, and then you write it. Like, I went to Cormega's.
Oh, you met Cormega?
Yes.
Oh, that's a dude. Oh, man.
Yes, Cormega. Shout out to him. I went to his.
Got Cormega up in here.
I went to his album listening party
the other day. He just dropped a new joint. Yeah. I think it's the realness
and
too.
This is and that's this.
This one. Yeah.
But it's a 20-year gap between albums. It's an amazing album. So y'all need to go.
I love the first one. So I'm gonna be honest. I haven't checked his out yet because I'm on that new Nas album.
It's amazing.
That King's Disease 3 is like.
I didn't hear that one yet.
Oh my God.
It's amazing.
What? I think this is his best one with Hit Boy.
Okay.
It was his best one. This was good, man. This was good.
I actually interviewed Randy Edelman. He's like he does all the like music for the biggest films in the world, and he actually did a song with Nelly and won a Grammy. Sheesh. So I was just like, he's like, you don't know who I am? I'm like, I don't. You know what I mean? Because I covered the 9/11 Celebrity Gala with Soho Johnny. Shout out to Fred from the Violators. Yeah. I don't know if you know the Violators, but he gave me the opportunity to cover that event, and that's where I met Mario Van Peebles.
Wow.
I got to interview him there, and so many rock and rollers and stuff, and young lady from Sister Sledge, I got to interview her, and it was. All this is crazy to watch people on TV and then grow up and then interview them and meet them.
Those are icons.
Like Melly Mel, I got to say, don't push me. Because, you know what I'm saying? I'm singing with a legend. I'm rapping with a legend. So,
that's what's
all this stuff is great. You know what I mean? I got Fat Joe to say, yesterday's price is not today's price for Code 31.
I wonder, do he get paid for that the way people use that shit?
I don't pay for anything. That's what I'm saying. It's a blessing to get these people that's, what I'm saying, really in the industry to believe in me enough to do that for me.
So what's next?
What's next? I'm actually acting in a few movies. I'm gonna hopefully launch my TV
right
show.
Now,
I'm 51 right now. I'll be 52 in January.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right. I didn't, I would never ask a woman's age, but
I'm okay with that. Listen, people I'm not ashamed to tell my age because I don't look it. So shout out to my mother.
So like ball playing, you know what I'm saying?
Just my mother, I guess, the genes, because she doesn't look 80, 81.
Yeah. It's a pleasure.
Can I promote my
Of course.
social
This is
medias?
what we're here for.
All right, so I have YouTube, Code 31 Media Interviews on YouTube. I'm on Instagram, Code31 Media, Code31 Apparel, Code31 Mag, and the Autism Affiliates. I'm on Twitter, DME31, and I am on TikTok, Code31 Media.
I don't get none of that. I don't got none of those followings, B. I'm following you now.
Okay.
I'm on you like a hornet. Sorry, it's too late.
So the next, shout out to G and Bug Out and everybody at Pharmaceuticals. I appreciate y'all. And thanks for asking me podcast. Thanks for asking podcast. And next is to shock the world.
You already did that.
TV show is coming.
TV show.
Yeah.
That's what we talking about.
Yeah. Just make sure you have a scene come up in here. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. I'm doing documentaries. Indeed. I'm going to do one for my brother. I'm going to get the court redone in Baisley Park in his memory.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm working on a lot of stuff for 2023.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it. I want to say it right. I'm supposed to say my name, then Code31?
Yeah, it's Code31.
It's Code31.
Even though I'm not interviewing you can.
It doesn't matter, man.
Okay.
That has to. That's
Okay.
carrying on. This is Detox Jones, and it's Code31.
Code31 Media Mag too. Let's get it.
All right. This episode has been shot at Barberceuticals. This is our shameless promotion. You can come down and get a cut anytime.
Yes, get your cut. I just got my first cut. Shout out to G.
Shout out to G, Bug. Shout out to my man on the boards.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Shout out to my man Matt on the boards.
Shout out to SouthSide Jamaica Queens. You know we here.
Yeah, man. We out here working, man.
Yes.
And if you in Southside, or if you got a story, we would love for you to come down and interview you. Business owners, ball players, anybody who has a story in a business.
Definitely, because we like to interview.
Yeah.
And before is this the camera I'm looking at? Is this the camera?
Hold on a second.
Yeah.
I want to let you know, because I know you heard me talk. I want to give you a shout out, and I'm very serious. You know, we want to extend our arm out to a lot of ordinary people out there who are not overly popular, who still make a difference. And we still can learn from you. That's why he's asking you these line of questioning, so people can go find out how to do these steps on their own.
Absolutely.
I appreciate you that. You know,
No, we do.
Yeah.
You're like,
no, you just gotta go out there and get the interviews. Whoever you want to interview, you gotta just reach out to them. That's what I do. Everybody says, "Yo, what's your secret?" It's not a secret. I ask.
No.
I'm saying that's what I'm saying. The steps that I take is I reach out to the person that I want to interview.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then you kind of build a rapport with them because they have to trust you.
Yeah.
Because you can't just ask anything to people.
Yeah.
And they already are hesitant because of certain people in the media that have made it bad for other people. So when I get my interviews, they're already on guard. But by the time they... Right. Because my interviews are not very long. 2-3 minutes. I'm in and I'm out.
Okay.
You get what you need, I get what I need, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
But it's like once you get through the first interview with me, if you see me again at another event, you already know. Okay, we already know I'm comfortable with her. So I make people feel like we've known each other forever. And I treat people the way I would want somebody to interview me.
I think you might get a second opinion on that.
Why?
Thank you, Coach D.
Wait,
we appreciate that. We are not getting into that. You know what I'm saying? We are not getting into We're not doing that today. That is not this episode. You can check this out.
Code31 Media Mag.
Thank you.
On magcloud.com. Thank you so much.
We out.
Try to start something, right?